Howdy, my name is Jacob Kelling, and I'm here in the lovely and chilly Taylor, Texas to give you the walk-around tour of the John Deere 35P. Before we get started, I want to give you a little bit of daily inspiration from Jeremiah 29 verse 13. If you look for me wholeheartedly, you will find me. Now, let's look at the 35P. So for 2024, John Deere has released a new tier system for their construction line with the G, P, and X tier for their low, mid, and high spec machines. This right here is a P tier, this is a 35P, and what's very nice about this is that it is a direct replacement for the previous 35G. So anything that I talk about in this video on the 35P can be related back to the 35G. With that out of the way, let's look at some of the specs of the 35P. So, the John Deere 35P is one of two of what I would consider mid-size units in John Deere's mini excavator lineup, with the other one being the 30P, which I have previously done a video on. Go check that out. This unit is set up a little bit different with the long arm and the extra counterweights. So with that in mind, with this setup, you can reach out 18 foot 1 inches, you can dig down to a depth of 11 foot 4 inches, you can reach up and dump at a height of 11 foot 9 inches for the open station and 11 foot 1 inches for the cab. So there is a little difference there. Giving this unit life is a 3-cylinder Yanmar diesel engine producing 23.3 horsepower, mated to an 11.1 gallon fuel tank. These units weigh in at 10,059 pounds for the open station and 10,434 pounds for the cab. Backing all of that up is a 2-year, 2,000-hour comprehensive warranty. And now, let's do a front to back on the John Deere 35P. So, before we get started, I just wanted to show you the serial number location on this unit. If you look right here, right next to the arm mount, there's going to be a metal plate that has your serial number engraved into it. But if for whatever reason that plate is illegible or missing, right up here on top, engraved into the metal, is going to be the serial number for this machine. Just wanted you to have that in case you're looking for parts or attachments for these machines. It's a great thing to have on hand. All right, so starting out on the end of the arm here, we have a wedge block style mounting system for buckets and other attachments. Moving on back and actually to the inside of the arm, we have a bracket already set up for our hydraulic thumb, which is going to make installation of it so much easier. Moving back from there, if we look right here on our tilt cylinder, we have some metal plating covering it just for some extra protection. If we look above on the cab and on the arm itself, we have some lighting for some low light conditions. It's very nice to have. Moving on down below that, we have our hydraulic backfill blade with 2 tie down points on it. And while I'm on there, there are 5 places to tie down on this machine. You have 2 up front here on the blade. You have 2 on either side of the tracks. And then you have 1 on the very back undercarriage of the machine, just to make sure that you are properly secured when you're hauling this down the road. Okay, so moving around to the side of the machine, we have a lockable cover here. To get this cover unlocked, all you have to do is take your key, insert it, you can twist it, and then you push on this button and open it up, and it's going to hold itself up with this latch right here. Under this cover, we have our fuel fill, we have our hydraulic tank, our hydraulic fill, and our hydraulic filter, all housed underneath here. So, to close it back up, all you gotta do is pick up, push on this latch, you can lower it down, and then you can lock it in place. And then right below that, we have a sight glass for our hydraulic tank, so you can always keep an eye on those levels and make sure that you're well within spec. So, moving a little bit further back, we have another lockable cover here. To get this one unlocked, it's the same way. We take our key, we insert it, we twist, and we can open it up. And this one's going to latch into place down there as well. With this one open, we have access to our battery as well as our coolant overflow, our radiators, and our fuel water separator down right here. So that's a nice thing to have. So to close it, we just pick up on this latch. We can close it up, then we can take our key and lock it. There you go. Okay, coming around to the back of the machine, we have a lockable engine cover here. To get it unlocked, all we're going to do is take our key, insert it, twist it around, and you can open it up, and it's going to latch into place like the other ones have. With this open, we have access to our 3-cylinder Yanmar diesel engine, as well as our air filter, our fuel filter, our oil fill, our oil filter, and our dipstick. To get this closed, all you gotta do is pick up, push on this piece of metal, and it'll close right back down, and then you can lock it. And if you ever get concerned about what you need to do to this machine to keep it running good, if you look just right here, we have a periodic maintenance schedule. It'll tell you what to look out for, what to do at certain intervals, and it'll help you keep this machine running great. So now moving on to the cab of the machine, we're actually gonna start on the outside. Behind this little cover right here, we have our 1- or 2-way hydraulic selector switch for your thumbs or hammers or any other implements. Make sure that you are in the correct orientation whenever you're running those. Now we can move to the cab itself. We have a lockable door here. To unlock it, we just take our key, insert it, twist it, and you can open it up. And if you open it up all the way, it latches into place right there, which is a super nice thing to have. Going to the inside, we have our cloth spring suspension seat right here to adjust the tension. There's this little knob right here. And you also have forward and backward adjustability to get that correct seating position there for you. We have another lockable cover here. Behind this cover, we have our excavator or backhoe controls. So you'll see down is excavator, up is backhoe, and that's your joystick controls right there to make sure that you're comfortable in how you're controlling this machine. Moving further back, we have our fuse panel, as well as a 12-volt outlet and our windshield wiper reservoir right there. Above all of those, we have a multi-function screen. On that screen, you can see fuel, you can see engine temp, you can see your hour meter, you can see lots of other information, including diagnostics. So that's a really nice thing to have right there. Moving a little bit further back, we have our throttle, as well as our lights, our windshield wiper, and our 2-speed toggle switches. So you do have 2 speeds in this machine, rabbit and turtle. A little bit further behind that, we have our ignition. And then right next to our ignition is our AC control. So you do have heat and air conditioning in this cab. Very, very nice thing to have. One thing that we don't have installed, but you can have installed on this machine is a radio. So right over here, there's a plate. You can install a radio. We already have our speakers mounted up above, ready to start playing some tunes. And that's the cab of this machine. So to get it closed, like I said, this door is latched open. There's this little lever right here. If you push that, it'll release it, and you can go ahead and close that. Okay, with the walk around done, I've got my camera on my head. We're gonna show you how to operate the machine. Let's climb up in here. Close the door. First thing we're gonna do is put our key in the ignition and click it over once. That's gonna get our electronics started there. What you need to know about starting this machine is that this arm is down. You can turn this key as much as you want. It's not going to start. This arm has to be up in the locked position to get it to start. So, with it up, we can now turn the key. There you go, and get it started just like that. Now, with this arm up, you can touch the controls, everything. It is not going to move until the arm is down. So let's put the arm down, and we can buckle up our seatbelt. There we go. So we're going to talk about the joystick controls first. So I want to increase the throttle just a little bit here. So joystick controls are right joystick. If I push it forward or bring it back, it's going to operate the tilt of the machine. And if I bring it left or right, it's going to be the curl of the bucket. The left joystick, if I bring it forward and back, is the curl of the arm. If I bring it left or right, that's how you pivot the machine around. And then last joystick control down here, left or right on this, is going to actually pivot the arm itself to the left or right. And it goes pretty far, and that's really nice if you're trying to get into some tight spaces there and get the things that you're trying to get. So we'll bring that back around now. And it has a nice lock on top, so you can't mess with it. So now for movement, the first thing I'm going to want to do is raise up my front blade because I don't want to be tearing up the ground too much. So that's the control right here. You just pull that back, the blade's going to come up. Now in front of you, you have two control levers here, and these control your left and right tracks respectively. So to go forward, you just push it forward. To go back, you can just bring it back. If I want to turn to the right, I can push my left stick forward or bring my right stick back. If I want to turn back to the left, I can push my right stick forward or bring my left stick back. There you go. And so I'm going to show you the two speeds in this machine. So I'm going to increase the throttle all the way. So right now we're in turtle, which is down. We're going to go forward. And this is just in normal. And then we're going to go back. And then we're going to switch over to our rabbit controls, and we'll go forward. And then we'll go back. And you notice there is a little bit of speed difference there. Final thing for movement, while you're moving, you hear that beeping, you can click that and you're going to cancel it. But anytime you stop, start back up, you're going to have to click it and cancel it again. And then for the operation of the machine, it's kind of nice that we have our little foot pedals here, so you can see flipping those down. And for that, you can move the machine and operate your controls however you were wanting to do that. It just makes it nice and comfortable so you're not having to lean forward the whole time and use your hands there. So, move forward here, get lined up with the camera so we can see the lights on the front there. So there you go, we're going to flick them on. There you go, there are your work lights. Super, super nice thing to have in those low light conditions there. Pull this back up. Get back in position here, and then we'll look at the inside of the cab here really quickly. So the cab, super, super nice. We have a couple different windows here that we can open. We have this front window right here on the side, or the back side. We have the door, obviously, that you know can open up. And we have the big front glass that actually opens up too. So open it, you can unlock that latch right there. You have two little handles right here. You pull on these and it will swing up. And then you can open it up all the way. And if you look back here, there's a little safety latch just in case. So if you accidentally hit one of these, it's not going to go down. So it's locked back up. You have your big opening right here. Super, super nice if you're trying to get a very clear shot or just get some more breeze coming in here. Close it, open that back up, pull on the handle, and it'll slide back and lock down into place. And then I just like to latch it just in case there. So we have our AC controls right here. We have the heater going right now. Really, really nice. And then we have a couple more right here that you can use as defrosters or for your feet as well. Here are the AC controls again, hot and cold. And there you go. So to shut it off, all we got to do is turn the throttle all the way down. We can pick this arm up. Actually, before we do that, I want to make sure that our blade is all the way down. And then we can pick the arm up, and then we can shut it off. There you go. Shut it off. We'll unbuckle. We can get out now. Use the door. You can latch it all the way open. You want to, there you go, and then we can use our handles to go ahead and climb out of the machine here. There we go, and then latch it back. There you go. And that is the walk around of our John Deere 35P. I hope that you have found this video enjoyable and informative. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section down below. Or you can reach out to me on my Facebook, which is linked in the description. And don't forget to subscribe for future content. I want to thank United Ag and Turf here in Taylor, Texas for allowing me to come out and film this piece of equipment for this walk around for y'all. Great group of people out here. Do not hesitate to reach out to them for part, service, or sales. Speaking of sales, if you're looking for a pricing and availability on this or any other John Deere unit, you can reach out to me on my Facebook page, or you can go into the description and reach out to your local United Ag and Turf dealer. My name is Jacob Kelling. I hope that you stay warm and have a blessed day.